Hi, everybody. It's your old pal Chuck, and if you're seeing my handsome visage, you know it's either a vlog or a Nerf review. Well, we're doing another Nerf review, and today it's not exactly on a blaster, but an accessory. We are looking at the new Nerf Elite Pinpoint sight. This is the box. This is the front of the box. Interesting, it opens this way. Um, Details on the side of the sight and showing it with various elite blasters. Let me just grab the sight, and here it is. This is actually a straight repaint of the End Strike Pinpoint sight. As some of you probably would know, on eBay, that goes for a lot of money now. Well, it depends. You see, the original Pinpoint sight was part of some accessory blaster pack. I think I saw it once, and I really don't remember the name. I didn't grab me because it was a bunch of stuff I really didn't need. Um, but the Pinpoint sight was sold individually, but it was in a very rare to find, and it was done in two different styles of boxes. And one of the boxes styles goes for like over $100 on eBay, and it's for and it's this. But I actually got this courtesy of some New Zealand Nerf fans, the Nerf Canterbury group on Facebook. If the sites are still available from them, I'll have the details in the description for the video. So I usually don't have descriptions, so pay attention to that. But I do want to thank them for getting this out to me. Uh, as you can see, it's basically done in the blue and white with a orange detailing of the new Elite line. Um, you have the power switch right here, and two AAAs go in right there. Basically, the way this works, it's not like your typical laser sight. There is a laser dot that comes from here, and it goes into a crosshair, which is on this clear plastic. It's basically to help you stay centered. It's not like, with the underslung laser scopes where you just, wherever the dot is, you shoot. There is some adjusting as with traditional sights. Now I've worked with this with a couple blasters, and each one you've had to adjust for height distances. We'll get into that more when we get into the test firing, but let me see if I can turn it on and give you a little. Well, you can see the red light right there, but what I want to maybe give you is a view, like a scope's eye view. So actually that is coming up quite nicely. You can see the crosshairs illuminated slightly, and basically, that where the red dot is, and you would adjust your blaster here and there. So that's basically it. I mean, it's a tactical rail. It slides on from the bottom, and let's take a look now at the blasters and what I'll be shooting with. Okay, here's the blasters that I'll be using today. First, I'll be using the Nerf Long Strike. And just so everything's fair, I will be using Elite darts. They do work in the Long Strike, and it works quite well. Now, along with the Long Strike is I will be using the barrel attachment. The reason being is I noticed that when you would attach the sight to the Long Strike as well as the Strike, which is another blaster we'll be using, it raises the field of vision, so the extended iron sight on the front of the Long Strike barrel I need to help adjust. As I just mentioned, we will be using the Strife. I also will be having an additional stock on the back. The reason being is when I add the Long Strike barrel to the front of the Strife, it makes it a little heavier up front, and I can use that extra support. Finally, we will be using the Strong Arm blaster, and I will tell you right now, this is the hardest one to shoot with, because it really does change the entire line of fire vision. It's kind of tricky. One thing I do want to mention is I have noticed in sliding this on that there is a little wobble, and you need to make like adjust it to make sure it is centered, because it does tend to the dot sometimes does tend to slide left or right. Also, you depending on your darts, you know that they are foam. There is that nature of them going left or right. So this isn't going to be a precise um, angle. This isn't going to work like a real life gun, but close enough. I've been able to hit what I use as a target quite easily. So I'm going to set up now, and if I can, I will actually have the camera mounted to the blasters so you can see through the target. If not, it'll be pointed, I'm sorry, see through the scope at the target. If not, it'll just be pointed at the target. Alright, so basically it isn't pretty, but I mean, here we go. I actually just cocked the rifle. This is the long strike. It's the camera's moving because I have it wrapped around basically where the grip would be. You can actually look through the sight, which is pretty good. So, alright, that one shot was a little wide, so I'm just gonna try for two. And alright, now I'm a little wide too. Just make sure the sight's lined up. The gun straight. This is actually kind of hard to do. Oop, camera's falling back. This is actually kind of hard to do with the camera on. Alright, so that was three, and it was a little off. Probably more because of just how I was trying to shoot. With the camera being here, it was a little cliche, but we're going to try the Strife next. Okay, this is the Strife. Keep in mind, these are not reviews of the blasters. These are reviews of the sight and how they work with the various blasters. Individual reviews of the blasters will be coming soon. I do have it lined up a bit better, I think. So yeah. Let me just adjust the camera slightly. I mean, it's about as good as it's going to get, I think. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this will. Again, I'm kind of shooting blind here, but yeah, that actually was a little bit better. I should mention with the long strike, I was able to hit the target once I removed the camera, so I think the camera's kind of screwing up my field of vision. But, you know, like I said, you have to adjust with these. So, I'm going to pause here. The final blaster will be the strong arm. Okay, this is the strong arm. Now, I'm openly admitting this is the hardest one, because the distance from the barrel to the sight is such that you really need to overcompensate. And I am basically shooting blind because the camera is blocking all access to the sight. So I am just, you know, doing this. Oh, I hit it. Let's see if I can go for 2 for 2. Unfortunately, the camera is like sitting sorta on the cocking mechanism, so this really makes it kind of tough. Ooh, well, that was close enough, so we'll get my final thoughts in just a moment. Okay, for better or for worse, that was the Elite Pinpoint sight in action. Now, I fully admit to not being the most exact or pinpoint of a shot. I usually use a laser sight, and that leads to the next point. Can I recommend this? I don't see this replacing my laser sight that I use with the barrel extensions that goes underneath, as that's just gives me a much better, much more exact line of fire and a shot. What I do see this replacing is the top mounted scopes that would have to use on blasters like the Nitron that don't have barrel extensions or tactical rails to put on a laser sight, because this actually works a lot better and it helps you adjust for the line of fire a lot better. I should mention that, once I stopped recording, I did take a couple extra shots, and once I had the camera out of the way, it was much better. Right now, this is only available in international, more like Far Eastern markets. And even then, some stores use this as a giveaway if you buy a certain number of dollars of Nerf product. Some sell them. Like I said, I got this from a very friendly Nerf group in New Zealand who really are looking to hook people up. I'll be honest with you, I can't wait to use this with the forthcoming Rapid Strike. Oh, I'm waiting for that blaster, you know it. So yeah, I paid about $30. That's the price plus shipping. Again, your mileage may vary. If that sounds good to you, then go ahead, pick it up. If not, you may want a chance waiting for a domestic release of this. I don't know if it's coming or how it would be coming, as in would it be packed in with an accessory kit. I've heard from statements from Nerf US that basically say that the average child isn't interested in accessories, so that's why they've not been including as many extensions and stocks and all that, and doing those kind of pack layouts, to buy as add-ons. So yeah, this is your old pal Chuck. This is the Nerf Pinpoint Elite site. We'll see you next time.